The visiting requirements in assisted living are so much more open and flexible than I think families tend to imagine. Hi, my name is Niki Gewirtz, and I'm a senior living expert at A Place for Mom. In the past, I've worked with families to help them understand and choose the best senior living options for a senior loved one. I've also been featured in some other videos from A Place for Mom, which you can find linked here and below. Today, I want to cover something that tends to be a pretty big concern for families planning to help a loved one transition into senior care, and that's the visiting requirements of assisted living communities. People can tend to get very overwhelmed by this myth that moving a loved one into assisted living means losing access to them, but that's really not how communities work. In reality, visiting is one of the top considerations when it comes to how assisted living communities are built. For example, if you visit an assisted living community, you'll probably see these spacious, open common areas with tons of seating, and a big reason for that is because it allows families to hang out with their loved one in a variety of spaces. So please know that the idea of visiting is deeply ingrained in how communities operate. Communities also organize special activities designed to celebrate the bonds between residents and their family members. This might come as a surprise, but outside of those events, family members can usually visit assisted living communities at any time, regardless of the time of day or night. Whether you'd like to stop in and have a cup of coffee with your loved one in the morning, or swing by after a late night shift at work, assisted living communities encourage you to visit when it's most convenient for the both of you. Communities typically go to great lengths to make visiting a possibility. In fact, many assisted living communities even offer overnight stays to better accommodate families who are coming in from out of town or just want to have a sleepover. In instances where an assisted living community has a memory care wing, they may have visiting hours or require visitors to sign in and out. This is done simply to keep residents safe, since those with a memory care diagnosis can be prone to wandering. In cases when a community does have visiting hours, they still tend to be pretty flexible. Just know that even if a community does have this kind of visiting structure, you can always work with staff to find something that works for everyone. In very special circumstances, a community may ask visitors to take specific steps when it comes to visiting. If there's an illness outbreak, a community may request that families schedule visits, wear masks, or take their temperature. After COVID-19, a lot of states actually put specific guidelines in place to ensure families could still visit loved ones in senior living in cases like this. If it would give you peace of mind, I highly recommend checking in on your specific state's guidelines. In general, assisted living communities really understand the benefits that visiting can have for residents, so you should be able to work with staff if any of the visiting guidelines feel daunting. And if visiting is really important to you and your family, make sure you're asking about it when you're going on tours of communities. I recommend asking if they ever institute visiting hours, if they permit overnight stays, what types of family-oriented activities or events do they host, or what protocols they follow in the event of illnesses. Each community may do things a little differently, so don't be afraid to ask away. You can even use our handy-dandy touring checklist to help you keep track of all your notes. The link will be in the description below. I hope you feel like you have a thorough understanding of what to expect when it comes to how visits work in assisted living. But if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. Remember to subscribe to our channel. We release new videos on senior care and caregiving advice every few weeks. For more information on assisted living, you can visit our website at aplaceformom.com. Thank you so much for watching.